Hey, welcome everyone. This is going to give you my list of top 5 baby gadgets that every parent or guardian should have for their baby. So why should you listen to my list? Well, basically my wife and I, we had 3 kids aged 2 and under at one point because the second time around was twins. So if anyone knows about lack of sleep, little time to, be yourself, or just little time for anything in life, it's going to be me and my wife. So some of these gadgets were a big lifesaver in terms of getting us some rest, downtime, and some sense of sanity back in our life. So the first piece of tech is the mamaRoo, which is pretty popular. Maybe you've heard about it. It's a little bit pricey, but it's definitely worth the money if you use it right. The reason I say that is because I know some parents would put their kids in it and they'll fall asleep almost instantly. For all 3 of our kids, it took them time, several days per child, to get used to it until they actually ended up falling asleep in the mamaRoo. It gave me and my wife a bit of a break. With our eldest child, he was used to a much slower, smoother motion of rocking, whereas with the twins, they were used to a much faster, wavy type of rocking motion. So with the mamaRoo, you can adjust the rocking speed as well as the rocking motion. There are different type of circular motions, wave motions, car ride types. So you can kind of play and experiment based on your child's preference. The next gadget is only applicable to those of you that are providing formula to your baby, and that is the baby Brezza formula machine. This thing is super awesome and a huge time saver with our twins, because before we got it, my wife had to pour water in the bottles for our twins, measure them, measure the formula, mix it right. It's almost like she was doing a science experiment in chemistry. It took a lot of time and a lot of accuracy to get it done, but with the baby Brezza, there's next to no thinking. The formula mixes in with the water and it's just good to go. So a few things to keep in mind about this machine is that my wife and I do use the Gentle Ease formula. If you use something different, just do a bit of research. I'm sure it's most likely going to be compatible with this machine and work just fine. With Gentle Ease formula and water mixture, the mixture ratio is absolutely spot on and perfect. We've never had a problem once with our kid's stomach being upset at any point. You can adjust things such as the amount being poured out by milliliters or ounces. You can adjust the temperature, so if you want maybe the formula to come out at room temperature or maybe a little bit warmer, you can choose to do that. And you'll also get some indications when the formula is running low, as well as the water level at the back is also running low, so it's on top of it. The next gadget is the Papablic baby sterilizer machine. Now previously, before we got this, it was a huge headache, especially with the twins bottles. We were constantly boiling water on the stove, which is a waste of water because you gotta fill up a pot, and a waste of gas because you have a gas stove, so pretty bad on the environment. Whereas with this machine, it's a lot faster. It takes just a fraction amount of the water. It's just a little bit of electricity to heat up the whole machine, and it's just so darn fast. Sterilizes things with next to no thought process. You just fill it up with your accessories and bottles, turn it on to the desired sterilization heat amount and duration, and it automatically counts down on its own and turns off automatically. While cleaning the machine, one of the parts actually broke on the inside. My wife called customer service. They actually got it out to us in 3 days. Customer service was absolutely phenomenal, fantastic, and shipping time for the replacement part was just amazingly fast. So overall, very satisfied with the product performance itself, as well as the customer service that we were provided. But before switching over, we do use Dr. Brown's bottles, which comes with a lot of accessories, especially those little green parts that help prevent your babies from getting gas. So what we actually do with the twins set is, because there's so many bottles and parts to do, one set of sterilization is used strictly for bottles, rotate it out, and then the next set we fill in the top with all the accessories. So with twins, it can be done. It's just gotta kind of do intervals, but it's still a huge time saver. The next gadget is gonna be a little unique, so just hear me out. There's a good reason I did this. It's a baby video monitor. You can use an audio monitor, but at the beginning we do prefer a video monitor, but we did not buy a baby monitor. Get this, I bought a security camera. Why? Well, I'll give you a few reasons. When researching a video baby monitor, I noticed several trends. One is that the Wi-Fi adapter on the baby monitor, the portable screen, was pretty terrible. And those that use an app, the app was pretty terrible. It didn't function properly and seemed to crash even on strong Wi-Fi. The other thing I noticed about it is that, well, when you're done with the baby monitor and your baby's grown up and you don't need it anymore, a lot of them don't have a memory card slot, so you can't use it anymore. It has no other purpose. But if you buy a security camera, it has the exact same functionality as a baby monitor, works better over Wi-Fi, and you can use the app on your cell phone, and you can just put a memory card in there and use it as a permanent security camera for whatever purposes afterwards. Not only that, baby monitors, the video types are pretty expensive, almost the same price as the security camera that I have, which is the Amcrest. So the last item might seem like I'm cheating, but just hear me out, it works, because remember, I have 3 kids, all 3 and under, so I actually can validate that this works, and that is having some sort of smart digital speaker or smart display at home, whether it be powered by Google Assistant or or any other device. Although I recommend that you stick with Google Assistant or Alexa because it seems to work the best. We can do an assortment of things. We can play some music and songs. We use it to play some white noise background when we're trying to put them to sleep. But even when they're kind of having a tantrum, out of their bath, and we're trying to get them to calm down at nighttime, you can actually tell Google Assistant, for example, in our situation, to play some funny animal sounds. Here's some examples. What sound does a dog make?
Here's a dog. Do you want to hear a duck sound?
Yes.
Great. This is what ducks sound like. Hey, I can tell you about a new animal every day.
So whether it be a smart speaker or a smart display, honestly, getting the attention of your kid, especially when they're that small, it works in our situation. It works for all three of our kids. So definitely something that makes your life a little bit easier when you're trying to make them calm down and cooperate. So that's pretty much a wrap from me. If you want to see the written version of this video, you can find a link to my website in the video description, as well as my social links. Be sure to check them out. Hit the like button, it does help. Subscribe, and thanks for watching.